Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines 2 here in our beautiful city. Today I'm gonna choose a name for the city from the comments section, but you're always welcome to suggest more names. Right now we're still not settled down, but I'm gonna go through the comments in just a second in order to assign one. In the previous episode, we introduced our first specialized industry and we also introduced the service buildings by permanently enabling them, and it seems to have an effect on the city's upgrade value. I cannot really confirm that yet, but these guys here, they for instance do not upgrade, or at least they take their sweet time with it. I figured by now it's probably time to introduce a bunch of office buildings. Low density small office buildings is what we unlocked in the previous episode, and I would like to see some of these buildings along this road right here. So I'm gonna zone it, let's say from here all the way over there, 6 tiles, and I'm gonna allow them to do whatever they want. Maybe let's not do as much, just the first part here. Yeah, looks like we already got 2 buildings in the joint. There should be a third one in just a second. And then maybe we can add even smaller offices, 2 by 2. Let's see if that actually works. Now, when it comes to the upgradability, at least in the first game, the public transport made a big deal. So maybe let's head over there and check out what we got. So far, just the bus depot. It's gonna cost us quite a bit per month. So I'm not yet sure if it's gonna be worth it. The taxi depot would be a little bit more bearable, but I think what we have to do really is expand towards another part where we can zone a little bit more and therefore also justify more services. Looking at the map, what is the most important part to me? I definitely want to expand towards the mountain here, but we also want to go into this region to really take advantage of the flat area we have going on. I also would like to purchase the highway tile, so maybe we can move the highway a little bit. I can actually unlock 18 tiles already, so maybe we can fulfill all of our dreams here. Let me see where I want to get started with the town. I probably want to change this road here. Right now we're dumping the sewage down here, so that means this part should be safe, but then the industry is here and the wind. Let me check the wind. Air pollution, so it's winding all over there, and of course our dump here, the garbage dump, is also affecting this a little bit. Generally it would be safe to build along the coast here, and now just checking out the terrain a little bit. It is quite smooth, but it is not level at all. What if we made certain tiers of the city? Let's say the highest point is going to be right here and we have some kind of a plateau, and then we just go down a little bit all the way around. Yeah, just have to think about this before we build anything, because I do prefer to build large areas on more or less flat terrain so we don't have to deal with all the graphical things that happen with the slopes. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like the idea. I'm gonna unlock a whole bunch of tiles right here. That should probably be good. That's 9 of 18. So this would be the highest point, and I kind of want to stretch it towards the mountain. Let's say towards here. I need all of this. And yeah, honestly, probably this one here as well. Okay, that should be good, and this still leaves me with a couple of tiles maybe to reshape the highway here. So I need all of these tiles and maybe even this one here. That's now 20 of 18. Okay, let's undo a couple of these guys here. I don't really need them, just need a way to get there. And so maybe I can add a tile right here, and this is going to allow us to move the highway there to the other tiles. Yeah, sure. Let's purchase this and check it out. Also, another thing before I get into building is I want to locate the natural resources. Looks like we have some oil right here, a little bit of fertile land up there as well. There is ore, another oil spot here. This is actually a really good one. I like that. Also, this fertile land, I really like that. Okay, so if this is the highest tier, then we would be going down in rings, more or less following the natural terrain. So it doesn't need to be completely artificial, but you know, lots of terraforming still involved. I'm gonna start by leveling this terrain a little bit. Maybe we can upgrade the brush size, 300. Yeah, that looks about right. So this is then going to stretch towards the mountain. I kind of would like to combine these regions. This is much more than I anticipated. Let me actually see what happens. I made a save game just in case. I want to know where this meets. So approximately here. Okay, this is probably okay. So then technically all of this would also have to go up a little bit, and we make this plateau here. Now what happens here? There's some type of gravesite. Let's ignore this for the time being. Okay, so now this could be the highest point, the plateau, and maybe I want to make this as round as possible, or we can even use roads to make it more perfect. Let's actually see. I might be able to unlock highways if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. Highways. All we have to do is unlock advanced road services. We can totally do that. And then we're also going to unlock the highways. Okay, I should be able to build highways now. Yes, indeed. And quite a few of them. And then road services would be a maintenance depot that is also 30,000 a month. Are you just kidding me, guys? Let's maybe go with a large road here to set this up. Say I do something like that, move this all the way over here, and then I should be able to make this fairly round, 480 meters. Yeah, is this gonna be enough space? It's actually a little bit smaller than I anticipated. You know what? We only live once. I'm gonna test it out. 480 meters. Oh, this is not enough space. So I'm just gonna exaggerate a little bit. We can always terraform back. Ooh, it almost added up. It didn't add up by like 2 meters. I don't think you can actually see it by eye. So in theory, this would be the heart of the city where we have lots of skyscrapers, maybe office buildings, a little bit of entertainment and everything. And then all the way around, we can build the city and then also have some, whoa, what was that? Some weird cloud coverage today. But then we can have the suburbs and all the industries around, maybe even an ore industry here. I really like that. That would just blow towards the mountain. This is also a safe industry to do, and then the farming industry. I think this is good. I'm gonna keep it. Now let's actually see what we can achieve when it comes to the terrain. For instance, if I start to level this out, then I could go just to the road. Ooh, hold the phone. What is happening? Oh, interesting. So we do get, wow, what is this? Probably not what I want for most parts. I can't possibly leave it like that. It's gonna look very unrealistic, but maybe we can smooth it out later. And for now, I just want to make sure that we kind of meet here for the second tier. Yes, I'm enjoying the free terraforming quite a bit, I have to say. Now it's time to make it look a little bit better, but this is going to be our second tier in the heart of the city. And then maybe with this, we already have enough flat areas. I do not want to flatten out everything right here. It still should look very good when it comes to the overall map. And of course, it should kind of fit in. Now let's see what the slope tool does if I'm just being very careful here. Ooh, okay, this is not the outcome I was hoping for. I mean, we do get some nice slope lines here, but it is still too unrealistic. Yeah, let me go over the books here. Okay, I just figured out how I can save my butt. Now look at this. This is already much cleaner here with the wall, and it makes sense because we also generate a rail. This is actually what I was expecting from the beginning, and the way I did this is simply by removing a segment and revealing the terrain that I terraformed, and then if we rebuild this segment, then it's actually gonna produce a wall because some of the road is hanging over the terrain. So I can just go ahead and connect these two guys together, and now we have a wall instead of the dirt. So this actually makes so much more sense. It's of course a little bit tedious, but you know, it's gonna be totally worth it once we can brag with our tiered city. Now this one actually isn't perfect. There's a little dent in here. Oh no, I think I have to go from the center there to the center here. Yeah, much better. Okay, let me just go ahead and accomplish this, and I'll be right back. Okay, very nice. This should be all flat and even. Now I just have to clean up the edges, which I should be able to do with the level terrain tool. Like these edges here, we can just clean them up, leveling them to the second tier. Now, how would we make our way up to the city? Either with a ramp, or we could also go underground. I think first of all, I want to divide this. We're just gonna drag a road all the way across, like so, but it needs to be at 90 degrees. Yeah, that's fine. And then we need to find the center. Okay, I'm guesstimating approximately here would be the halfway point. Oh no, this just turned into a crazy bridge. Wow, okay, I see. Some stuff is probably gonna be a little bit finicky. If I bring out the terrain a little bit more, this might help. Wonderful, 478 meters in this direction and approximately the same in this direction, plus 1 meter, that's 477. Okay, this looks pretty centralized right now. So this is what we currently have going on. There should be entries on each of these sides, or maybe we're just gonna go with a tunnel. I don't know yet. So I think what I might do is something like this, just a bridge going from each of, yeah, this might actually look good. Maybe it's too much. We could also think just doing this with a normal road. How would this look? Yeah, I'm not so sure. It looks a little bit flimsy. Either way, I need to terraform here to get at least 150 meters. And this way we can build a bridge going down quite smoothly, just at a 90 degrees angle. And I want to have exactly 150 meters. Well, exactly, approximately, I guess. Yeah, it goes 152. Let's just do it. You know, I'm not yet 100% right here. We would be going smoothly towards the mountain, so the only bridge we still need is this one here going down. 150 meters. Okay, that is close enough. And now we could use these bridges in order to make the second tier if we wanted to continue with this road pattern. This would be the last circled road that I'm making. Everything else I kind of want to flow out from this direction, but then these bridges would be connected to important areas so the traffic flow can continue. And also we need to think about the mass transit already. I'm probably not gonna lead the trains into this area, but we do need coverage for trams and stuff like that. Now, I don't want to use up too much more space, but if we only do it from this side here, let me see. Can I even get a guideline all the way over there? This might actually be too far. I'm actually not getting a guideline to make a circle over there, but I fear this would be too little space either way. You know, first of all, I might just go with a pedestrian pathway. We could use the parallel road tool. Ah, I see. I would have to use that while actually building something. Okay, that means I would have to build the pathway myself, which, as you can imagine, is quite a nuisance. Well, for now, I'm gonna keep going with another 100 or so meters, and this should then be enough space in order to do the second tier. And maybe to make this more varied and also more building friendly, we could go out here for approximately 200 meters, something like that, and then we could go ahead and connect these together. How is that gonna feel? Yeah, I'm onto something here. As a matter of fact, I really like the direction this is going towards. Unfortunately, I can't really complete it here, but this is more or less what I wanted to see. Now we can actually start building here, and it looks fairly decent, I gotta say. Now we also need to keep in mind the forestry industry, and I feel like we could do a little something here maybe, or down below here might even be better. Okay, I'm now more or less done with the second tier here, at least where I can. I still need to unlock a couple of tiles here to be able to build everything, but I would like to keep this part here elevated. Don't worry, I'm gonna make it look a little bit more beautiful. We got those bridges going down to the second tier elevation. This terrain then here will be smoothed out a little bit, so it does make sense, but we cannot really utilize this space unless we get a highway to go over there. I figured we are gonna hook up this highway very soon once I can unlock the tiles, but for now we just have to go with whatever we can do, and I think 2-lane highways are gonna be enough. This is just gonna be a temporary thing. I'm gonna hook this up and we're gonna bring this over here right away. I would like to see some zoning along this road, and I just see this is interrupted zoning here. I don't like that. If I just go ahead and replace it, I'm gonna get the same outcome. Let me see if we can turn off some snapping, for instance to the zone grid. This might actually mess everything up. Now it's even worse. Oh my gosh, maybe I can redo the entire thing. Wait a second, are you serious? Why do I have these interruptions? I mean, it's the segment, of course, but this is really interesting. What if I just go ahead and connect it? Okay, now I got a much nicer pattern. Yeah, there's probably no way for me to make this perfect. Well, let's see. Maybe everything changes once we actually place the roads inside. The first thing I would like to see is a road outside, actually, and I'm gonna make this a pathway. And I would like to see this just at the edge of the zonable area. And this pathway here will then dictate our elevation, basically. So I'm just bringing the terrain approximately to the edge. It doesn't even have to be perfect, and then we can use the soften tool, maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doctoring around with this just yet. Just know I'm gonna make this incredibly beautiful once I know a little bit more about it. But right now I feel like just connecting this to the road, so now it's actually hooked up to our city and we can start zoning. I'm gonna go out from this bit. Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, sure, we could bring this all the way over here and reconnect it right there, 90 degrees. Let me actually remove the highway here and we're gonna come around there. This is better. Can I try the continuous mode here? Yeah, I think so. So it's just gonna create some type of a smooth highway for me, and I should be able to at least temporarily connect this. Well, then the first thing I would like to try out is, can I move my services over there? For instance, the police station I think is a good candidate. We can just go ahead and move this guy probably. How much does it even cost me to move? 40,000. Oh gosh, a new station is only 160,000. Well, I guess it's better because I don't want it here either way. I probably should have waited with those services in the first place, but now we know. So now this new spot right here should be permanent, probably along this road, to be completely honest with you. Now, I still didn't fix the zoning issues. How could I possibly make this better? I mean, the terrain here is perfect, right? It's all nice and elevated, and it really should give me the perfect zoning grid, but it doesn't. Okay, I think I got it. If I only snap to 90 degrees angles and guidelines, then I get a much better zoning grid. Okay, I've been trying for a while now and it didn't really work out, I gotta say. So maybe at least we can fix the grid here in the background. No, what if I do this? Then that's good, but if I connect it, it's gonna do it either way again. Okay, never mind. For now, we're just gonna have to live with it, and I'm gonna place my police station right here at the very edge. Yeah, I think that should be doable, placing it here, and I still should be able to place the upgrade this way. I'm also going to dive a little bit further into medium density housing. I would like to see some bigger houses here. Let's see what they do with a 6x6 or 5x6. Can we get a huge building? Yeah, of course. That is really nice. So there's a 6x6 medium density building, and we're totally going to get started with those. Now they're complaining about electricity, water, and sewage, so we probably need to hook that up. Yeah, it's not going beneath the highways. Interesting. So I guess for now we're just gonna take it easy and connect this in any shape, way, or form. And finally, we also need to take care of electricity. Maybe we can also do this with just low voltage here. Bring this all the way over and hook it up to the road. Okay, will you stop complaining? Thank you very much. And start building. Of course, I also would like to see some shopping, preferably on this road here. And then maybe we're just gonna do something with pathways wherever the grid is interrupted. But it's a real bummer for things like this. I might still try to fix it in some way. So let's get started with a shopping center right here. I would like to see 3 medium-sized shops here. No, not quite. Gotta get rid of this one. Come on, build me a bigger one. Thank you. And yeah, this is the beginning of a new era in this city. The heart of the city. I'm gonna be coming back to this part every once in a while. We also want to get started with building the outside parts of the city. The heart of the city, of course, is gonna be the most density buildings. All the amenities, shopping, the most important government buildings, monuments, parks, whatever we can come up with. But right now we can enjoy our new housing. This is gonna give us lots and lots of people, I think, with many families. However, of course, right now they will also have to commute quite far in order to get to the jobs and the industry area. Is it actually possible to unlock every single tile in this area, or am I limited to a bunch? Being limited would actually be slightly disappointing. But yeah, we can see people are rather quick on the highways. Maybe it's not even that dramatic. Also, I want to know if the police, because it's so far away, is gonna send out the cars to take care of crime in the starter town. For now, I'm gonna keep zoning a couple of large houses. I wanna have maybe 4 in this area. I'm gonna try adding a little gravel road here, connecting these 2 roads, and this is gonna divide up the grid, and this is gonna be the beginning of the houses on this side. We don't quite have the demand just yet, so I'm gonna wait just a little bit. Also, I already know that I want to have offices along this area, though I would like to see the high density offices, so maybe we're just gonna wait with those as well. But what we could do is fill up areas like these with office buildings. Why the heck not? Maybe install a couple there. As a matter of fact, we have the perfect space for 3 of them. Maybe a little bit of a larger shopping center, 5x6 would be nice. Thank you. Yeah, I can totally see us developing this area. Once it's developed, I'm gonna make sure the terrain looks a little bit neater, but I believe it might be worth first building the suburbs and then see how we want to deal with the terrain. But I think with that out of the way, I'm gonna wrap up today's episode. Today was a lot of planning and road building. Sometimes it's totally worth to do that, and the next time we can expand to the point where we unlock the next milestone. Maybe to wrap things up, we can build a campfire site here at the small village. Right now my citizens have barely anything they can do here, and looking at this, I would like it to be facing this way, honestly. Can we achieve that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna squeeze it in here. Oh man, look at how happy the people are now. This is fairly fitting, I would say. I still wanna kind of make a pathway around that, but also here I would like to see a plaza, if we already got access to that. playground. Yeah, small plaza. So I'm gonna build it towards this side. Should be good. Yeah, we still require lots of decorations to really make this smooth. I don't just want to place everything nilly-willy and then be happy with it. But for now, I think this should make our people more happy, and they are now starting to upgrade here a little bit better. Wonderful. I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.